While this video series 33, let us learn the different methods of working capital finance assessment methods used by bank to consider working capital finance to business enterprise. For the purpose of discussion, I shall be using the example of a manufacturing concern. The reason for my choosing a manufacturing concern is that if we understand the working capital assessment of a manufacturing concern, it is very easy to understand the working capital assessment of a service provider or a trader. Let us start the discussion on the working capital finance assessment methods. Working capital means the funds required for day-to-day operations. If we take the case of a manufacturing concern, his working capital finance means the funds which are required for investment in raw material, semi-finished goods, finished goods, and also in the trade receivables. The total working capital of a business enterprise is called gross working capital. Gross working capital is nothing but investment in the current assets. We have learned that any business enterprise, irrespective of whether it is a service provider or a trader or a manufacturer, first makes investment in fixed assets. Once an investment in fixed asset is over, that is, the required infrastructure to start the activity is created, these business entities need funds for day-to-day operations. That is what is the working capital, or it is also called gross working capital. It is also called investment in the current assets. We have learned that the current assets of a manufacturing concern includes cash, inventories, trade receivables, short-term loans and advances given to employees or suppliers of raw materials, advance payment of taxes, etc. We know for sure that unless the two conditions which you still remember, the asset should be a part of the working capital cycle. Number two, the asset should be convertible in the cash in the next 12 months from the date of balance sheet. If these two conditions are not satisfied, that item is not a current asset for a banker. Now, why should there be an assessment for working capital? Say for example, if a customer is coming forward and is asking for a working capital finance of rupees 10 lakhs, why the bank is doing a separate assessment? To explain this, we need to understand two principles of lending. One is, any credit facility extended by banks should be utilized only for the purpose for which it is given. Which means that if a bank is extending a working capital finance to a business enterprise for investment in working capital, it cannot utilize that fund for any other purpose. That is number one. Number two, the second principle of lending says that the funds lent should be need-based. When I say need-based, the banks should not do over-financing or under-financing. Let us understand this with an example. A business enterprise approaches the bank for a working capital finance of rupees 20 lakhs. In reality, the business enterprise need only rupees 15 lakhs. Whenever an amount which is in excess of the requirement is given, it is called overfinancing. Whenever there is an overfinancing, what happens is there will be a tendency on the part of the borrower to divert the funds for some unproductive purpose. So, overfinancing encourages the business enterprises to divert the funds. So, the very principle that the fund should be utilized for the purpose for which it is given is defeated. There is a second case. The customer needs 20 lakhs and the bank gives only rupees 15 lakhs. This is what is called underfinancing. That is, the bank is not giving him the need-based finance. In this case, what happens? This underfinancing is also equally dangerous. The customer has made some investment in fixed assets, keeping in mind a certain level of production, certain level of sales, certain level of profit generation, etc. Now, having given him less than what he deserves, his production will come down, his sales will come down, his profit will deteriorate. He may borrow from outside sources at the exorbitant rate of interest, which further erodes his profitability. He loses his business to his competitors. His market share will come down. Ultimately, he may default to the loan given by the bank, and the account becomes a bad debt. So, whenever the bank gives, we have to arrive at a need-based limit. To what extent the customer deserves the limit. That is where the bank makes an assessment for working capital. Today, there are a number of methods which are being used by banks in assessing the working capital finance requirement. But we are restricting our discussion to the three mostly used working capital assessment methods. The one is MPBF method. It is called maximum permissible bank finance method. Some banks call it as PBF method, which means permissible bank finance method. Some other banks call it as ABF method, that is assessed bank finance method. Some banks call it as balance sheet method. But the sum and substance is the methodology adopted in assessing the working capital finance requirement is the same. Let us call it as MPBF method, or maximum permissible bank finance method. This method was introduced in the banking system in the year 1974. Even after passage of around 45 to 46 years, many banks continue to use the MPBF method for assessing the working capital finance requirement of a manufacturing concern. The second method is called sales turnover method. It is also called as turnover method. It is also called as projected annual turnover method. Whatever it is, let us call it as sales turnover method. This was introduced in the banking system in the year 1991. The third method is cash budget method. It is introduced in the banking system in the year 2005. We shall be discussing all the three methods separately with enough examples. So today, for the present, understand that working capital means the funds which is required for the day-to-day activities. It is nothing but the investment made in the current assets. Any finance granted against the investment in current asset is known as working capital finance. There are three methods which are very popular, called as MPBF method, sales turnover method, and cash budget method. And the last one, which method to be used when? See, the financial sector's reforms were introduced in the country in the year 1991. Subsequent to introduction of these financial sector reforms, the banks are given the freedom to choose their own methodology to assess the financial requirement of a business enterprise. But whatever may be the method that is adopted should be approved by the board of directors of the bank and should also be a part of the lending policy of the bank. Having explained the working capital in this introductory video, if you have understood this, press the like button and subscribe to this channel. In the next video, series 34, we shall be discussing the maximum permissible bank finance method. Thank you.